Episode 10. I would have preferred him to stay in Grace Hostel instead. At least it was closer to mine, and the conditions were slightly better. The thought of him being just a short walk away was comforting, and I couldn't help but feel a pang of worry about his well-being if he were to stay in Divine Hostel. Not only was Divine Hostel plagued by poor living conditions, but it was also notorious for its high crime rate. Insecurities, cultist attacks, and rape cases were commonplace, making it a daunting place for students to reside. The thought of Mefuna, with his pampered upbringing, being exposed to such dangers was unbearable. I couldn't shake off the feeling of unease that settled in the pit of my stomach as I contemplated the risks he would face if he were to stay in Divine Hostel. In contrast, Grace Hostel seemed like a much safer and more desirable option. Its proximity to my own lodge was an added bonus, allowing me to keep a watchful eye on Mefuna. The thought of him being closer to me, away from the dangers that lurked in Divine Hostel, brought me a sense of relief. Don't be silly, I chided myself. Mefuna is already 27. He can take care of himself. Whether he stayed in Grace Hostel or Divine Hostel, I knew he would be able to survive and thrive. My concerns, I realized, were rooted in my own fears and worries about our secret relationship, rather than any genuine concern for his well-being. I returned to my lodge, Richie Lodge Star, with Elvis following closely behind. I wondered why she had decided to follow me, and I didn't feel like talking to her. I knew she had an ulterior motive. As the saying goes, it's only when you're in trouble that you know who your true friends are. Instead of blackmailing me, why couldn't she just understand? Mefuna had already given her money, yet she continued to harass me. I quickened my pace, hoping to lose her, but she called out my name. As in, I stopped and turned, my tone firm. What is it? Why are you disturbing me? Haven't you gotten what you asked for? My voice was loud and demanding, seeking peace from her relentless pursuit. Elvis laughed at me, her eyes gleaming with malice, like a young witch on a mission to devour. Of course, she was. I thought to myself, you called 50,000 naira a lot of money? She sneered. Now listen to me. I don't have money to pay for lodge fees, so I'll be moving into your lodge. Or else. She clasped her palms together, her eyes glinting with threat. You know what would follow. Think about your father's reputation, your intelligence. Ha! 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 She laughed again, the sound sending shivers down my spine. I felt a surge of anger and frustration at her audacity. How could she threaten me like this? Didn't she have any conscience? I stood my ground, trying to think of a way to outsmart her, but my mind was a blank. I was trapped, and Elvis knew it. To be continued. Stay tuned for more episodes. Onyitalksandstories 2025.